Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the nice weather and the gardens. I just wanted to give you another update. We are on my deck right now and there are the pots. I cut back all the growth. Once I know they're all annuals, so once I start watering it, or no, I'm going to dig up the roots, plant a new plant in it, and then start watering and giving nutrients. I'm going to add some sheep manure, some slow release fertilizer, and then if I see it needs some anything else, I will do it at that time, right when I'm getting ready to plant. Like, I'll have the plant in my hand and then I'll go pick a pot and then just do that one pot. And then whatever, when I go to water, whatever has a plant in it, I know it needs to be watered. The others don't. Anyway, so there's the ones on the deck. And that's my table scrap bucket right now. And then here, if you remember, there was 2 trellises. This one's now removed. So this way we can use our clothesline, which is way up here. We have 2. There's that one and that one. So we have 2 clotheslines, which we were not able to use last year because of the trellis. So now we can use it. And yes, the general rule about hanging up your laundry is never to have it on the clothesline on the weekend, because people entertain on the weekend and you don't want people to see your private you know what I mean. Anyways, so yeah, just Monday to Friday you hang laundry, save money on the dryer, the electric bill. Anyways, on we go. And then here, you saw this yesterday, that's for the peas. And then this is the beans and the cucumber. And there's that other trellis. What I'm going to do is bolt it to the side of that tote and that tote on the outside. And then it'll sit on top of this one, but bolt it to the 2 blue ones. And then that way it'll be a climber for the cucumber. And then for the beans that are going to be in these 2 blue ones, I have a green plastic stake with chicken wire on the side of the house, which that'll be for the beans, and I'll just put it across the middle of the container, and I can even attach it to that trellis once it's in place, right? And then this, of course, you have planters for flowers, or actually I might even put my lettuce or radishes or spinach in those. I never did show you my herb. Well, I think I did a while back. This is my herbs. I have not cut them back yet. I know some of them are perennial, so I'm going to have to give it some sheep manure and some slow release fertilizer, water it regular, and give it a couple of weeks. And if there's new growth, it means it survived. If there isn't, then I'll just have to plant a new plant, which is fine. I have a whole bunch in the house. All right, so then my work area, you know all that. So this one here is, I still have to cut back the peppers. I know, I wanted to do the heavy stuff first. So this is all the buckets for the 3 hot peppers, I think 3 bell peppers, eggplant, and then stuff like that. I can't remember them all. And then over here, I'm thinking my broccoli maybe in the light blue one, and then the pak choi maybe in one of the black ones. Yeah, I still got to do the borage. Yep. Anyways, and there's our drain for the sink. It drains away from the house around the tree, and it's attached to the drain under the sink, and then it comes all the way out here, so all the water drains over here. And then this is what I wanted to show you. Look at my dirt pile now. We emptied those 8 tires and I put most of the soil here. I left some where the tires were, but look at my heaping pile now. So I'm gonna flatten it out and then dig a hole more in the back area, closer to the back. And then I'm going to use that as a hole for all my table scraps if I'm not putting them in the garden. There will be a bunch put in the garden, but once you start harvesting, you end up having so many, not only scraps from the garden, but your table scraps. There's so much that you can't really, I don't know. I guess I'll find out this year, but I don't think I'll be able to put them all in the totes because some of them you won't be able to add table scraps. Like you can't put it on top of the tote. And these, there's no room to put a container. Whereas these bigger ones, you could put that juice jug in the middle, plant a squash on either side, and you can put your table scraps in that. Right? But these little containers, you can't do that. There's no room. So, anyways, so that's that. And then this, I'm going to have to put some sheep manure down and a little bit of Miracle-Gro, just a very light sprinkle, and start watering it because I know there are plants either in there, definitely in this section, that should be coming back. And I don't see, as of yet, I don't see anything coming back. I don't see any green growth, and I know I planted a bunch of perennials here. So, I don't know. I don't want to cut anything back until I know what's growing and what's not. And then this guy still has no new growth. But then again, if you look at the base, it's pretty dry. Actually looks very clay-like. I may have to take the pitchfork, loosen up the soil, and add a bunch of perlite and or vermiculite and some better soil, like new soil, even sheep manure, because that looks pretty clay-like. And if it's too compact, this thing's not going to start growing. Anyways, so that's that. And yes, I still got my big heaping pile of, dead growth, which all this will be taken care of at a certain time. So I moved this blue thing here. So this is where the tires were. That's the bird sanctuary. So now I've got the long and the platform. And then I've got a blue half barrel there and a blue half barrel there. So if I back out, see, it looks pretty nice. And that, imagine that's going to be all full of flowers and I don't know, whatever I'd plant there. So it's going to cover up the bottom part of that fence for the bird sanctuary. I think it'll look really, really nice. Because the tire was there, one of them was pushing up against that trellis. It's just plastic mesh, very inexpensive. Actually, mine was free. Thank you, Catherine. My daughter Catherine had given it to me. Just the green mesh, and then the bamboo stakes, I always have those for the garden. And so I can tighten it at the end now, right where that blue barrel is. I can tighten it because the tire's not pushing up against it anymore, so it's nice and taut. I think that'll look so nice. That was my vision. Just like that one in the corner, the blue in the corner, that's the chamomile, which I still have to, I think when I cut that one back, I'm just going to put the dry cuttings right in the tote, mix it all in to the soil that's there, and then enrich the soil. And then if there are seeds on it, or some roots come back, I don't know how chamomile grows, then it can grow from that. I do have chamomile in the house, which I will be putting in there. But, you know, if something comes up from the root or there's some seed pods that are being buried in there, I have no problem with that. So that was my goal today, is to do that. So here, if you remember, there was a whole bunch of containers with dead growth on it. And at the beginning of the video, I showed you on my deck. It's all up there now. All I did was cut off the dead growth, put the containers in place where I wanted them, and all the dead growth is now on that pile there. Pretty big pile, but it's all going to be used up. And then I still have these few containers. This one I've already cut off any dead growth, and this one doesn't have any. And I think that black one, actually, the barrel, the plastic whiskey barrel, that one doesn't have any growth really. It's just that one and that one I have to cut back. And then these, I don't know where I'm going to put. Usually that plastic whiskey barrel, I usually put that at the front. So when you come to the front door, you have that nice planter there. I may even put both of these together at the front. You know, I could. It has to be something that can take the sun though, because it's really hot. And then, of course, these 6, the 2 white, 2 blue, and another 2 white, those 6 still has the plastic underneath. Those 2 that we did today, I've removed the plastic tile from underneath, and I have them all right here by the rain barrels. Now these, we actually collect rainwater, and I use this rainwater to do my nutrients in the garden. It is really hard to fill anything up because it is so low. My watering cans can't reach that. They're like taller. I do have a couple that are lower, but I really have struggled with that. So I just use one of these Home Depot buckets. I have one somewhere that doesn't have any holes. It's a white one. And so I put that under the spout and then collect water that way. And then, you know, I can water on the deck, or when I mix up my nutrients in that I guess it's a 1 gallon bucket, I'll just, you know, water my plants from that. But yeah, I definitely use the rainwater. I don't think I really need the 3 barrels. Probably I could get away with just 2, but we have them, so why not use them, right? Scott still has to connect it like it's not even connected. The taps aren't on. But I just wanted to show you the tiles. There's the tiles. There's 4 of them. And then once we do those 6, I'll have another 6 tiles. But that's a big job. Like, those are heavy barrels. Some of them are lighter than others, but they're pretty heavy. And I'm actually thinking, I don't know, I'm worried about this raspberry. Because even last year I didn't have a lot of growth on it. It was like it couldn't breathe. Like it tried. I only got the 1 stem out of it last year. Maybe 2, but I think it was just the 1. And it was really struggling. So I'm thinking the soil may have compacted really down. So I'm worried about that guy. Worst scenario, I just dig it up and buy another one. But yeah, so that's the garden. And there I pulled out some more gardening tools. That's all my gardening tools. And then over this way, my winter shovels should be put away. And yeah, I didn't do anything on the deck yet. I didn't add my decorations. I didn't clean them. Because my main goal is this. I need to go buy some supplies at the store. sheep manure, peat moss, vermiculite, slow release fertilizer. I have rock dust. I should make a list and do a video on all the fertilizers I have and all the additives I have. Maybe I'll do that next week one day. So those tires were really, it really hurt my back. So I may be back tomorrow. I might see you tomorrow. But most likely, it's also Scott and my 14th anniversary. It's not a wedding anniversary. We're not married, but we've been dating for 14 years. And tomorrow's our anniversary. So most likely I won't be on here tomorrow. But I will see you shortly thereafter. And yeah, enjoy your garden if you have one. Enjoy your house plants if you have those. And just enjoy, do what makes you happy. And everything else will fall into place. Life is so hard. Just enjoy yourself. As long as you're not hurting anybody else. All right. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.